Hello everyone, myself Dr. D. Sri Lakshmi, Assistant Professor in the Department Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. In this lecture, the discussion is on adjacency matrix and its applications, how we will represent adjacency matrix. An adjacency matrix is a way of representing a graph using a square matrix. So consider a graph with three vertices A, B, C, and it is connected to AB, BC, CA, and the weights are 3, 4, 5. This is a representation of a graph, and here we will represent the same graph in terms of matrix. If there are no weights, then how we will represent this graph in matrix representation? If there are no weights, and how we will represent this? Same graph, A, B, C vertices and edge connections E1, E2, E3. And now, to perform some activity, I need the adjacency matrix. How we will represent that in terms of square matrix? So here what we need to do is, it will tell the relation between the vertices which are adjacent to each other. So the matrix we will represent like this. And here, if the connection is established, then we will mark it as 1, otherwise 0. So this is, for this graph, we will represent A to B edge connection is there, so we will mark it as 1. And A to C edge connection is there, we will mark it as 1. B to A edge connection is there, we will mark it as 1. There is no loop. Loop means starting and ending vertex will be same, that is B, and here again it come back to B. So this is a loop. Since we don't have any loop, we will represent 0. And B to C connection is there, 1. Similarly, C to A connection is there, and C to B is also connection is there. And this is a square matrix. This is a square matrix for a graph. An adjacency matrix is a way of representing a graph using a square matrix. This is a square matrix, 3 cross 3 matrix. So it is commonly used in graph theory to store information about each vertices in a graph, how they are connected to each other. A definition, if you go through for adjacency matrix, for a graph with n vertices, an adjacency matrix is an n cross n matrix A. Since I taken 3 vertices in my previous example, instead of n cross n, we will replace n with 3, so that 3 cross 3 matrix. So based on the vertices we consider, or based on the vertices in a graph, the matrix size will be dependent. And how we will represent the square matrix means, here Aij is equal to 1 if there is an edge between vertex I and vertex j. We taken just now an example A, B, C, which are connected, A to B, B to C, A to C, which are connected. Now, when we are representing the matrix A, B, C, we are representing. And now, as per the definition, if Ij, that is, if the connection is established between I and J, then it is marked as 1. If there is no connection between A suffix ij, then it is 0, which means here connection is there. So A to B, we will mention 1. If there is no connection between A to B, then that will be marked as 0. Now, A to C connection is there, so it is marked as 1. So here, in the given definition, if there is an edge between vertex I and vertex j, then we will mark it as 1. If there is no edge between them, then it is marked as 0. For weighted graphs, instead of 1 and 0, the matrix stores the weight of the edge between I and j, or 0 or infinity in some cases, if no edge exists. That is, in our previous example, the graph which we consider, if there are no weights, then we are directly taking as 1 if the connection is established. If there is no connection, then we are marking it as 0. Similarly, if weights are given, the weight may be the distance, cost. Here, the weight is given. So, now the square matrix for this graph will be, we will represent A, B, C, A, B, C, where the weights are given now. So, here A to A, there is no loop, so here it is 0. A to B, given weight is 3. So, we will represent with weight. The square matrix now, it is filled with the weight given or the weight assigned. Now, A to C, the weight assigned is 5. Instead of 1, now we have weights, so we will replace that with weight. Now, B to A, 3. Why again 3? Because here it is undirected graph. So, from A to B and from B to A, the weight will be same, since it is undirected graph. Now, B to B, there is no loop, so we will mark it as 0. B to C, it is 4, we will mark as 4. C to A, the weight is 5. C to B, the weight is 4. And C to C, there is no loop, so it is 0. So this is adjacency matrix for the graph given. And this is adjacency matrix for the graph 2. So simple difference, if there is no weight, then we will mark that with ones if the connection is established, or else 0 if there is no connection. Some cases, or in some times, that will be marked as infinity also. If there is no connection, that may be marked as infinity also. Whenever there is no edge connection, then it is marked as 0 or infinity. Here, the next topic is types of graphs and their adjacency matrix. How we will find the adjacency matrix for a graph, we see. And now, types of graphs and their adjacency matrix. So here, we will discuss undirected graph, directed graph, weighted graph, graphs with self loops. On together, we discussed how we will mark when the edge is established and when edge is not established. So when we first consider undirected graph, the adjacency matrix is symmetry, that is ABC, 0, 1, or we will take its weight 3, 5, 3, 5. Some weights we will consider as 2, 2. This is a square matrix for undirected graph. In the previous example, as we see, this is a square matrix representation. And here, the adjacency matrix is symmetry for undirected graph. That means this row, first row will be same as the first column. First row will be same as the first column. And similarly, second row is same as second column. Third row will be same as third column. So this is symmetry, and always the undirected graph is asymmetric. If the graph is unweighted, the matrix contains only zeros and ones. If the graph is weighted, it contains edge weights instead. It is clear? If the weights are not given, then the adjacency matrix will be filled with zeros and ones. If the weights are given, then it will be filled with weights. And the matrix will be a symmetric matrix. Now, directed graph. Second one, directed graph. The adjacency matrix is not necessarily symmetric. That means, since we will have the directions, consider an example like same A, B, C. Now, we are preferring the directed graph, that is A to B. The direction we will represent with arcs. A to B, B to C, C to A, sometimes A to C, C to A is established, and at the same time A to C is established, B to C is established, and C to B is also established. Now, for this directed graph, the adjacency matrix will be A, B, C, A, B, C. Now, we will write the adjacency matrix, which is a square matrix. A to B, the connection is established and the direction is given. So, we should write A to B 1. Fine. And there is no loop, so we will mark it as 0. Now, A to C connection is established? Yes, because A to C, a directed graph is there. So, A to C we will mark it as 1. Next, vertex B. Here, B to A, whether the edge is connected? No. See here, A to B, the arrow mark is present, but B to A, there is no edge connection. So, we will mark it as 0. We will mark it as 0. B to B, there is no self loop. So, we will mark it as 0. Now, B to C, there is an edge connection. So, we will mark it as 1. And now, A to C is there. C to A is also there. A to C, edge connection is there. And then C to A is also edge connection is there. So, C to A, 1. Now, C to B, yes, we have edge connection. C to B, 1. And C to C, there is no loop, so 0. So, now if you observe carefully, since we don't have any connection between B to A, there is no edge connection between B to A, we will mark it as 0. We will mark it as 0. If there is edge connection, we will mark it as 1. Whereas for directed graph, A to B, weight is there. Similarly, B to A is also same weight because it is undirected graph. Whereas for directed graph, if the direction is established, then we will mark it as 1. Otherwise, it is 0. So what we will say? Check here. 0, 1, 1 first row and 0, 0, 1 is the first column where they are not same. What is the formula? What is the formula here? If it is symmetry, Aij will be equals to Aji. So first row and first column will be same for symmetric. For asymmetric, they are not same. See here, 0, 1, 1 is the first row, 0, 0, 1 is the first column. These two are not same. So this is asymmetric matrix, or we can say an adjacentric matrix is not necessarily symmetric. Sometimes the weights may be same. For B to C and C to B might be the weights are same. In that cases, it might be asymmetric, but it is not necessarily symmetric. For undirected graph, by default, it is mentioned as symmetric. Next, weighted graphs. So, weighted graph, instead of ones and zeros, the matrix contains edge weights. The matrix contains edge weights. Second, if edge exists between two vertices, then we will mark it as 1. If no edge exists between two vertices, the matrix might store 0 or infinity to indicate no connection. Next, graph with self loops. If a vertex has a self loop, then Aij is equal to 1, or the weight of the loop. If there is no loop, that is self loop, then the weight will be 0. Then the indication will be 0. If the self loop exists, then we will mark it as 1. These are types of graphs when we are finding the adjacency matrix for a graph. We need to consider all these points when we are writing the adjacency matrix. Properties. The matrix is symmetric along the main diagonal. Since if there is an edge Vi, then it be counted for both the entries Ij and Ji in the matrix. Secondly, the main diagonal represents all loops in the graph. So what we are doing here, A, B, C we consider, and then here there is no self loop, so we mark it as 0. The main diagonal represent all loops in the graph. So AA self loop, BB self loop, CC self loop. So this is the main diagonal which represents the self loops. Next, finally, the degree of a vertex can be easily calculated from the adjacency matrix by adding the entries along the row representing the vertex. You can consider row or column. So here we will consider an example and then we will verify the degree also. So this is an example. Find the adjacency matrix for the graph. So vertices they given 5 A, B, C, D, E, and edge connections are indicated through solid line. So A to B connection is there, B to C, C to D is there. Here two loops, one loop is there and two connecting edges are there. So this indicates the multi-edge, and D to A is there. Vertex E is isolated, so there is no connection for E to any other vertex. Now how we will represent the matrix, adjacency matrix for the given graph. So 5 vertices are there, and here I and J are vertices. So here self loop is not there for A, C, D, E. So we will mark it as 0, AA, CC, BB, E. There is no self loop. But for B, there is a self loop. For B, there is a self loop. So for BB, we marked as 1. Now, A to B connection is there. So it is marked as 1. A to C, if a line indicates, if an edge connection indicates, then we will mark it as 1. Since we don't have connection from A to C, we will mark it as 0. Next, from A to D, connection is there. So we marked as 1. From A to E, there is no connecting line. So it is marked as 0. Fine. Similarly for B, wherever connections established, edge connections, we marked as 1. And when there is no connection, we marked as 0. Now coming to vertex C, C to A there is no connection. C to A there is no connection. And C to B there is a connection. C to D there is 2 edge connections. This is 1 and this is 1. So how we were representing? Multi-edges. How many edges are connected? From C to D, we marked it as 2. If, for example, one more edge connection is there, then we will mark it as 3. And now here, we have only 2, so we mark it as 2. C to E, there is no connection. Since E is not connected to any other vertices, for E, the values are 0. Next, D. D to A is only 1. D to B, there is no connection. And D to C, again, 2 edge connections are there. So we represented with 2. So we need to represent in both the places C to D and D to C as 2. C to D and D to C as 2. Because this is an undirected graph. This is an undirected graph. So we should mention in both the places. And now, if we want to find out the degree, we can add the edge connections through row or through the column. So please, we will consider here the degree of A, the degree of A, 1 plus 1, 2. So the degree of A is 2. Please check here. The degree of A is 2. By adding the values towards row, you will get degree of A. Or else, you can even add the values at column. Then also you will get the degree of A. Now, check with B. Vertex B. Check with vertex B. 1, 2, 3. The degree of this is 3. And now check with this 1, 2, 3. See, 1 plus 2, 3. So the degree of 1, this is 3. And here the degree will be 3. Here the degree is 3. And here there are no vertices connected with E. The degree is 0. See here, all are zeros. So the degree is 0. So in this way, we can find the degree of the vertex also. This is adjacency matrix for directed graph when weights are assigned. So we will consider a directed graph with weights, and this is adjacency matrix without the directions, and here with directions. Now just we will replace the values in the adjacency matrix. So A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. Now see the directions. From, if you consider vertex A, from A we have an edge connection to C. So at C we should write 12. And from A to D, the edge connection is established and the weight is 60. And for E, B and A there is no self loop, so we will mark it as zeros. Got it? Now we will come to vertex B. So for B, B to A is there with weight 10. So B to A connection is there, so weight is 10. Next, B to C, there is no outgoing, so B to C is 0. And even there is no self loop for B, so weight is 0. B to D, check for B to D, there is no connection, so it is also 0. B to E, there is no connection, so it is also 0. Next, vertex C. From C, we have connection to B and D, but there is no connection to A. So C to A is 0, C to B is a connection, so 20 with weight, and C to D 32, and C to E, there is no connection. Now vertex D. From D, there is no outgoing, so we will mark it as 0. D to A, there is no connection. D to B, there is no connection. For all other vertices, there is no connection, and even D is not having self loop. And finally, the vertex E, only it has a connection from E to A, which having weight 7. The other vertices, they are not connected to E, so we will mark it as 0. So this is the adjacency matrix for directed graph. Now, when we want to check the degree, then you should not consider the weight of this. You should not consider 7. The degree will be here only 1. The degree of E will be only 1. And the degree of 2 will be D minus 2. That is, this is in degree. We have two concepts when we are calculating when we are finding out the degree. One is in degree and out degree. Based on the direction, we will mention whether it is in degree or out degree. In degree means arrow mark towards that particular vertex, which will be represented as minus. Out degree means plus. Here there is no out degree, so we will mark it as 0. We should not say that here it is 0. See, here we have 0. But since it is getting the directions towards D, we will mention the degree of D will be 2. We should state that the in degree is 2, out degree is 0. And here for vertex E, the out degree is 1. The out degree is 1. So in this way, we will find the adjacency matrix. And now the next concept is, they will give adjacency matrix and they will ask us to draw the graph. How we will draw the graph? Please look here. I will mark it as the vertices A, B, C, D, E, F. Similarly, A, B, C, D, E, F. Now we will plot the graph. So I will just mark it as A, B, C, D, E, F. So I am taking 6 vertices as given in the adjacency matrix. Now A to A there is no self loop, B to B there is no self loop, C to C there is a self loop, so self loop. Now D to D there is no self loop, E to E there is no self loop, F to F there is no self loop. That means since they are zeros, we are not marking the self loop. Since C to C it is 1, we should mark self loop. Now check with the other vertices. A to B, edge connection is there. A to B. A to C, there is no connection. A to D, there is no connection. A to E, there is connection. So A to E. Next, A to F, S, edge connection is there. Next, B to A, S, connection is there. Next, B to C, connection is there. B to C. Next, B to D, connection is there. Wherever ones are there, we will mark it as edge connection. If there are zeros, we don't connect. Now C to A, there is no connection. C to B, there is a connection. C to C, a self loop is designed. For rest of the vertices, there is no connection. Next, D to A, there is no connection. D to B, there is a connection. For D to C, D to D, there is no connection. But from D to E, we have number 3. So that means 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Since they marked it as 3. So we connected D to E in 3 paths. 3 paths. So let me give the values for edge connections: E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8, E9. Now E7, E8, E9, these 3 are connected to D and E. Next, D to F, there is no connection. Next, vertex E, E to A is there, S. For E to B, E to C, there is no connection. Fine. A to D, 3 is there. E to D, 3 is there. Since this is undirected graph, we will represent like this. Now, E to F is there? Yes. Connect this. E to F. Now, F to A, yes, we have. Now, F to E, yes, we have. For the other vertices, there is no edge connection. Since it is marked as 0, we are not going to connect anywhere. So this is the graph for the given adjacency matrix. In this way, we will draw the graph. Similarly for this is the output. Next, applications of the adjacency matrix. Graph algorithms. Many algorithms such as De Chitra algorithm. For shortest paths, we need to find shortest path. Then we use the concept adjacency matrix, because we need to mention the weights for the vertices allotted. Based on that, we will find the shortest path, where we will use this adjacency matrix as an input for the algorithm. And similarly, for Prim's algorithm, to find the minimum shortest time or duration, and MST is minimum spanning tree. So to find out the minimum spanning tree also, the adjacency matrix we will use. And second one, network analysis. Adjacency matrix are used in analyzing and visualizing the network's structures. Third one, circuit design. Used in representing and solving problems related to circuit design and analysis. These are domain-specific applications. And what are the advantages of adjacency matrix? It is simple, where the space efficient for dense graphs. No need to represent. If we have 100 vertices, we don't want to represent each and every vertex onto the paper. Directly, we can give the inputs in terms of adjacency matrix, where it will cover entire data, and faster access to edges, because immediately we can fetch the input from this adjacency matrix since it is a square matrix. And even though advantages are there, we will have some disadvantages. So the disadvantages are space inefficient for sparse graphs. If we are having 100 vertices or 50 vertices or 25 vertices, we need to store these data, which is very huge. That is one drawback. And second one, costly insertions and deletions. So whenever we want to delete an edge or when we want to establish the connection, it will charge more cost. And slow traversal. Since we have more vertices, for traverse the graph or for traverse the entire vertices, it will take lot of time. So these are the disadvantages of adjacency matrix, and these are the advantages. So the content is taken from the reference. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.